Okay, so now we come to deeper dive into async and await in command lines. So what will we take a look at?
Yes, so now we will actually work a little bit with it. We will also, let's first start with using other tools that you have installed on your computer. That would be the first thing, and for that you definitely need async. So
Okay,
let's start with that.
let's see that.
Yes. Okay, so last time
Yeah,
we basically just gonna erase all this because we don't need it anymore. And this one as well. So the main problem here, there are a few different things you can do to actually run other programs and get their output. And most of the time, you don't only want to run it, but you also want to know, hey, what does it give you? What some kind of output, yeah.
Or at least did it work or not?
Right.
Yeah.
So one thing before we jump into the bash script, there's actually one thing that is for some reason haven't found it in the async possible, but it's environment variables, which is always nice to have. And I just have a little enum where you have environment get and you pass in your key you want to have, and the process info will actually give you the key that you provided, which you can of course also add in here. Probably hard to read for you, but that's okay. It's supposed to be an API key, but it's going to be invalid after the stream anyway, so it doesn't matter. But this is pretty easy. You can just call environment and get something, because this is basically the only thing I've found to get environment variables, and those are always a good thing to do. Okay, for the bash scripts, we actually also need the process or the process info. The main problem is we will write first we have to find out where the program is, and then we have to call the program with arguments and hope for some output. And the easiest thing to do, and there it is again.
Whee!
Okay, no, it's supposed to be Command N. And
yeah, not M, right? You press Command
yeah,
M to minimize.
I call it slippery fingers, so I just, yeah, okay. Let's call it bash, and what we actually want to do is we want to have a class called bash, and basically we need two functions. First, we want to say, let's say,
maybe what do you want to do so that I maybe can...
Okay, so the first thing is run a command asynchronously. But the first thing we have to do in those things is to actually find out if the command does actually exist.
Yeah, if it's like installed.
Right. Yeah. So we need one function to run a command.
Yeah.
Which could just be a string, and then you want to have arguments. Those are, of course, an array of...
You could use a var here to not have to pass it in as an array, but like just comma separated after the command. API a bit nice. I think just 3 dots after the type instead of the array. In the end, it's the same.
Like this?
Yeah, maybe only 2. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, and let's say we're going to have a string here.
The result.
Yeah, of course this will be a formatted string somehow, because now you have multiple lines.
Yeah.
So we have to do something with it, but this is a raw output we'll get.
Yeah, I mean, you could, if you want to have the lines, also an array of lines then.
Yeah.
But if that's helpful, maybe not. Most likely not.
I think for the bash class, it would be good to just give the raw output, and then whatever you pass in, they should know what
I can
you're
also imagine
expecting.
if you return a JSON or something there, and then need to add every line in a single entry in the array is maybe also not what you want.
Right, yeah. Okay. So, oh no.
Can you build to see if the 3 dots were the correct syntax? Yeah.
Should work. Yes, perfect. Let's see. So we first need some kind of place where we can put the output. So
Okay.
let's have the output put into a pipe. Pipe.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
And we of course need the process itself, which will run our command. And now for the process, we can say, ooh.
Maybe because it's LED? You cannot change it then?
No, it will be deprecated.
That one you wanted to use.
Yeah, that's the one I wanted to use. Okay, let's do this one.
But it didn't show what to use instead.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Is there maybe an initializer so I can already pass it? They're all deprecated. You use that down, you see? Launch process. Oh no, it's also deprecated. Never mind.
No, well, it's deprecated at...
Yeah, but all of them are.
Yeah.
That means at some point it will.
At some point. Okay, so...
But is there... Can you open process? Because there was no alternative.
Get back to this, because
good.
for now I know the command.
Yeah.
And I know the arguments. And I also want to say that standard output will be my output. And now I try to run the process. Run. And let's see. Okay. Yeah. So now I do the. Can I append the string to a string? Yeah, I can, right? No.
Yes.
Okay, so that's...
Depends what you want to do. But...
yeah, in my example, I actually already created an array of strings. And then in the end, joined them to then separate them in the next step again. So yeah. Let's do it. Output is supposed to be a string, and we start.
You already have output. The pipe.
You are right. Let's call this output pipe. Output.
If you press Command Control E, then you can rename it in place. Don't need to.
Wait, what?
Command Control E.
Command Control E.
What is that? Can I read it?
Command. Oh wait, Command Control E. Ooh, nice.
Did you know?
I didn't.
Let's make a short out of it. Did you know that if you press Command Control E on a variable, you open the rename in place feature, and then can rename it completely in that file or that context space?
That is nice.
It's also smart and just renames. It's not just a search and replace. It renames the actual context of that. So
that's very nice. Yeah.
And what I did on my my configuration, I remapped the refactor rename to Command Option Control E, so one button more, and then I can do the same just with the rename refactoring.
Nice. All right, that's very cool. Okay, now I'm lost my train of thought because this is awesome. No, don't apologize for this. Okay, never mind. So replacing
I mean, you
inline.
could
Very
try it
nice.
with the process one, so that there's multiple times in there. And if you press it again, command, what was it? Control Command E. Yeah, then you have it. But if you would put below the var output, if you put like another let process and another string, as foo, yeah, and then do the renaming of the top process again, it is smart and does not rename the other one.
Ooh, I like it. Like it. Very nice. Okay. So for this, we want to actually run over all the lines that the output will give us. So for, that's a mouthful, try wait line in pipe file for reading bytes lines.
What's that?
Yeah.
Okay, so you get the output as a file thingy, byte array, whatever.
So
What's
for
that?
some reason, the pipe is really, I don't know why. I only have those two things here, so I get it. I guess the output is being written into, or the pipe is actually just getting the output from somewhere into a file, and then I can read the file.
Yeah.
So this is a workaround. I have to get the lines, bytes, lines. Okay, but now I can actually append line. This should work. And at the end, I will return output.
So this is gives you an async stream, the lines, and failing as no, yeah. So if you go to lines again, or the type, yeah, what that is, it's too small.
So it's an, oh,
Maybe go into it.
it's an
Async line sequence. Yeah. I was wondering why you made it so complicated to loop over it, but it's because of that. It's an async. It's not just an array.
Yeah.
It's an async stream or sequence, which over time, this also fills up over time.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And then you need this this for loop variant.
Right.
Async in a function. Yeah, you fixed that already with putting async.
And I think async, is it this way around? I think,
Yeah.
right? I need async. Right. Okay.
So in the function declaration, it's async throws, but if you then call that, it's try await.
Yeah. Okay. This could fail horribly because we don't really know where the command is, or if the command does actually what is actually running correctly. So what we need first to look into my little helper, we want to first have some kind of mechanism to actually resolve the command.
Yeah. Is this giving you the URL it was talking about before? Okay.
Oh, true. Yeah. And now we got, yeah. Well, it will, so I'm calling, actually I'm calling which on the command to let the system tell me, hey, where is this program located? And then it will give me back a string which I can then use.
Yeah. Which is the URL, but for which you still don't know the URL.
For which I do actually.
Okay.
Because this is supposed to be always the same. That's the only thing that we will we can actually do. So I will have a function that can resolve asynchronously.
You don't really need to put the async in there because you put the async keyword behind it. And
right.
So
oh yeah, right. Yeah, I have it here because I use both and I try to make some performance
tests. I think
tests.
you could even do that. have the same command, one with async, the other without.
Yeah, true. String and async throws, and here let's go with a string first. We can try to find a better solution for it later, because if we get the URL here, then we can actually run the process differently.
Yeah. But maybe it would be worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's first try it.
So let's say, why do I?
Maybe write first what you actually want to do, and then we will know why we need the guard. I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Now I have the command. So the thing is, let's do it this way.
Yeah.
So in bin bash, we will always have this program.
Okay.
And if you also add some magic to this, then you will. I forgot about why it is, why we have to put it. Let's see. LC. So what I'm actually calling is which, and then whatever command it gets passed in.
Okay. And the L and C is between bash and which?
Yeah, it's a command for bash and not for which.
Okay, yeah.
And I knew what this was before. If you look at most of the tutorials, it will always tell you, okay, use this. So this is basically what we want to do.
Yeah, it's fine. We will just take it as given.
Yeah.
So we with that we check if the command is there or where it is.
Right. And for this one, I don't really need to throw it. I don't need the error. Okay, if this fails, so I will run this now, but with something I know that will exist. And if this fails for some reason, then I don't really need to know about it. I can just say, okay, the command wasn't found.
Yeah.
So that's why I can start it with a guard, resolved command, and try await run. So now I will run just what I put in here, the bash in here, and
just comma separate.
So, oh, okay.
What was before the array is just.
So this, C, which, and command.
Yeah.
Else,
return null. But
yeah, or I can just throw the error from the output. Could also be valuable. So I have an error here that will tell you, okay, this command isn't found.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could also just use the error that has been thrown here.
So you, I first thought you want to call this resolve one in the run one. To from the outside you call run, and then inside you check. But now you used run there already, so you cannot call resolve inside that again.
Right. So those are supposed to be two internal functions I don't use from the outside.
Okay.
What I use from the outside is a function called run resolving command or whatever. Those are the.
Then I would maybe call run unchecked or so to make it private. It works there as well. the rename in place? It should. It didn't compile fully, so it did not work. Yeah, if you have compile errors, it does not work.
Okay.
You need a let, guard let.
Oh. Yeah, but I also need an.
Yeah.
So like this.
You can even to put the command in, yeah.
Throw.
Command, yeah. And then for now you can just return empty string. You need to make it conform to.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought it. Okay, never mind.
And return empty string, so it does not compile there. Yeah. Now it should work. And if you.
So now I can do this.
Yeah.
Now it works. Unchecked.
Yeah, and then you have from the outside just run.
Yeah.
Easy syntax and. Yeah.
Private as well. Okay, so what else do I have to do here? I have to
resolve. Is it returning you the command already? So you can just return resolve command?
Yes, but oh yeah, that was the reason. So I have this and I want to return it. Resolve command trim. What's this one?
What do you want to do? Just that I didn't understand. It has new lines in it, or what?
Yeah. For some reason, sometimes it returns new lines, and I don't want those.
Okay, but you should be able to also do this with a let. Isn't there also?
True. I don't. Yeah, I don't change it. You're right. So this should work.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It returns a new string and not